What's up, everybody? Jane here. I'm a video game vocalist, having contributed to titles such as Watch Dogs Legion and Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm also a concert producer. I'm part of this concert production team called Helvepic. We basically organize video game concerts, including the official 20th anniversary World of Warcraft concerts that took place in Switzerland last year. So I'm doing a second reaction video. Your response to my first reaction video has been insane. I did not expect to get so much positive feedback, especially considering that was my first reaction video. You guys have been absolutely lovely, and I love the fact that so many of you were able to pick up on the fact that that I'm not only English speaking, but I'm also a French speaker. Salut les amis, merci beaucoup pour vos commentaires. Ça me touche énormément que vous avez bien aimé ma vidéo. Surtout vu que le français, c'est pas ma langue maternelle, ça reste quand même l'anglais. Donc je suis quand même assez content que je peux m'en sortir à la fois en anglais et puis en français. Donc je vous envoie plein de cœurs. Also, me doing reaction videos is something completely new because usually I do music videos, like music video covers of video game music and anime music, which, by the way, I got out a new cover, so please check that out. It was something that took 4 years to do, so please let me know what you think about it. So today we are going to be reacting to Une vie à t'aimer. So I'll be very honest with all of you. A lot of you have asked me to react to Une vie à t'aimer. I had a lot of hesitations to react to this video, and I'll list them why. First of all, it's just the audio that I can see. I would have had a preference to react to a video where you can see the live performances. My reaction will be fairly limited. I'll only be reacting to what I hear, and the performances that I hear as well. So the focus is really going to be on that. The second reason is because I'm currently dealing with a heartbreak. It hasn't been easy. So when I hear a title like this, Une vie à t'aimer, it is such a powerful title. I love it. I love it. But of course, as someone who is currently going through a lot, it's a little bit hard to kind of like not feel something when you read such a title. And let me just add another point right here, okay? So French people or French songwriters will always have this incredible way of, you know, being very poetic in their songwriting. Une vie à t'aimer. I mean, French is such a beautiful language, and the fact that, you know, you can express so much in French, you know, like the French language has such specific terms that it is hard to translate into English. I get a little bit emotional when I hear such titles, you know, Une vie à t'aimer, a lifetime to love you. That's what it means in English. That's such an amazing title. So for you guys, because so many of you have requested this, I am going to be reacting to Une vie à t'aimer by Lorient Tester. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I'm a little bit dreading it. I'm hoping that I don't have such a strong reaction, but we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, grab your favorite drink. I've got some ginger tea this time with a little bit of honey, and let's dive right into Une vie à t'aimer. Okay, all right, let's do this. one second, okay? Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. A lot is going on right there. Okay, so give me one second. Whew. All right. What an incredible way to start off the song. Gosh. Okay, so let me break it a little bit down, right? The beginning, you have this incredible mishmash of a little bit of piano playing, but there's a little bit of some, I think it's some sort of sampled music box or something going on in the background. It almost feels like a little bit of a clock, you know, something that is like ticking down, you know, like, whew, like I need a little bit of a, oh my gosh. When I hear this and wow, what I find really incredible about this track, okay, so you've got multiple vocalists on this. You've got female vocalists, and I think I was able to pick up on 2 female vocalists and 1 male vocalist. Now, what I find absolutely amazing is that you have a mix, like both female vocalists. One is more, I believe it might be Alice Duport-Percier. Yeah, there we go. Who's singing really in this head voice. And the other one is actually belting it in her chest voice. As a vocalist myself, I'm more of what you call like a belting rock vocalist. So I use a lot of like belting. So when I reach the high notes, it sounds like I'm like really pushing it hard. But in fact, it's just because I'm using my chest and I'm using my vocal cords to compress a little bit and, you know, really kind of project. So you have this mix between like head voice, chest voice, and then you have this male vocalist who comes in, and there's something going on with all of these vocalists. Like I can't like, you know, pick it up right now, but wow, holy like I can't pick up on all of the lyrics, but I was able to hear like Je t'aime, which is like the typical, you know, I love you, but something with that build up in the beginning already, like leading up to the percussions, which I imagine are taiko drums or any kind of like sampled virtual instruments, VSTs we call them, that really give this incredible punch to it and dramatic. And oh, wow, like I need to keep listening. I couldn't even take a sip from my tea because I was just so taken by this track already. So let me just quickly sip a little bit so I don't dry my vocals. And I spilled. Anyway, I'll be fine. I do want to add the fact that there is like this distinct difference in female vocalists, like head voice and chest voice. When you sing in the chest voice, it is so powerful. Whereas when you sing in the head voice, it can be powerful, but it's a different texture in the vocals, you know. It can sound more rounded and more soft. Whereas when you sing in the chest voice, especially that high, it gives this incredible, powerful performance. And that is so, I love that. I love that so much. Let's keep on going, okay? What a great start. What a great start. And we still have 10 more minutes to go. All right, let's keep on going. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. Sorry. Like, wow, wow. Okay, so I feel like my timing in terms of where to stop probably wasn't the best, but when I picked up where we left off, basically, like there was this build up that was really just like, and they end all these vocalists, they're ending with "Je t'aime." It's like so intense, and it kind of wow. I'm a little bit at loss for words here because I'm trying to kind of like, translate my own emotions as I react to this, and the feeling that I'm getting is like, it's this huge buildup and it's so dramatic. And in the end, it comes down to, I love you. Like, it's so intense and it's so, and with the percussions and with the strings that are playing in the background, it is so insane. Now, there's also a little bit of some sound design elements that are going on there in the background, especially when we have that sudden pause where everything sort of drops, right? And you hear a little bit of the piano playing, and then there's the rain that you hear in the background, and it's part of this track. It's part of the experience. When I hear that part, it's like, especially after this such a dramatic, almost kind of like a cinematic feel to it, it's like you're so taken in the moment that you allow yourself to just kind of like float in this moment of calm and where everything feels so peaceful and serene. And as you hear that piano playing, and then you almost kind of like feel the sound drops that are hitting your skin as you're in this kind of moment, like the last thing you actually sang, like the last thing that they performed was "Je t'aime." And it sort of like still echoes within you as you're in this moment of peace and calm. And that's why, like, it's so incredible, this track. We're only 3 minutes in. Like, we still have 8 more minutes to go. Let's keep on going with this. Okay, I'm going to stop here because the thing is that I want to be able to understand the lyrics. So I'm going to actually quickly look them up because this is pretty insane. I feel so many things. I feel incredibly emotional right now. And I'm trying my damnness to stay together, basically. As I've mentioned before, it's a little bit hard to understand the lyrics if you don't know the song and if there's a lot of like instruments that are going on in the background and you're trying to analyze them at the same time. So let me just look up the lyrics. So, okay. Let me just quickly break down the lyrics, okay? So, arrête de m'aimer, je t'aimerai toujours, lâche ce pinceau, quitte cette toile, je peindrai toujours, arrête de peindre, lâche ce pinceau, quitte cette toile. Wow. Okay, so this is really fascinating. I did not catch on to this right away, but okay, so now it makes sense. There's a reason why there are so many vocalists in there. It's because there's a back and forth between them. They are in contradiction, at least in the beginning. If we check out the lyrics, right, it's arrête de m'aimer. That's one person saying it. And then the other person is saying, je t'aimerai toujours. That means stop loving me, I will love you forever. And then the next part is lâche ce pinceau, quitte cette toile. So let go of the paintbrush and leave behind the canvas. Wow. There's definitely something going on related to the game. So of course I'm missing a little bit of context, and I feel like if I try to look that up now, I'm going to spoil myself, and I want to play the game. I haven't played the game yet. So je peindrai toujours, arrête de peindre. I will keep painting, stop painting. It's just like they're in contradiction. There's an argument going on there, and this is being expressed like that. It's just, wow. Okay, so this seems to be like the first verse. And then the second verse is couleur embrasée. Oh, wow. Like it's fiery colors. Rouge feu, vie ôtée. Wow. Scarlet red fire. And vie ôtée means like the life that's been taken away. Tableau que je ne peux voir. So the canvas, the image that I can't see anymore. Fermez les yeux, reste le noir. Close my eyes and I only see the darkness. It's just, wow. Now, French songwriting will always be incredibly poetic and melodic for me. It's just so amazing. En noir, ses yeux tristes, à travers l'or, son rire persiste. In darkness, their eyes are sad, and through something golden, the laughter persists. So it lingers on. Dans chaque couleur, une part de lui l'aimait toujours, même s'il n'est plus ici. In every color, a part of him, forever loving him, even though he's not there anymore. It's, wow, that is so deep. Like, you know, despite the fact that I haven't played the game, right? There is so much power and strength in the words that are being used in the lyrics. Peindre l'amour, peindre la vie, pleurer en couleur, sur la toile, notre amour demeure, se meurt. Wow, okay. In unison, they're saying painting love, painting life, crying in colors, and then on the canvas, our love lingers on or remains or dies. This is an incredible... The fact that there's this profound love and relationship that is going on in this song. I'm floored at how incredible this song is. Not only just the orchestration and instrumentation of the song, where you have this mix of violins and strings that are playing in the background, like in kind of like almost staccato, and at the same time you have the vocalists that are singing that like back and forth. It's like in the previous song, I mentioned that it felt like a little bit of a lullaby, right? In Alicia. In this case here, it's a conflict. There is a fight going on, but both of them feel the same thing, but come to an understanding of how that love survives, basically. One believes that it dies, and the other believes it will linger, it will remain, and it will survive, basically. It's just aimer, rêver, pleurer, aimer, rester, pleurer. Love, dream, cry. Love, stay, cry. This song feels like, it feels a little bit like a mirror, if that makes sense, where a lot of what is being said here resonates with the perception of love and how that is being, told in a song. That is, whew. Okay, let's keep on going, guys. I'll have the lyrics a little bit in the background as I listen to the song. So yeah, let's keep on going with that. Okay. Okay, hold on. No, stop here. I have to stop here. What I find incredible is that in this chorus, you know, you have both vocalists, I think here, like probably it was only two vocalists from the start, but like something with the layering of how the music was mixed and made me feel like in the beginning, it sounded like there were multiple vocalists. But anyway, I believe it's the male vocalist, and he is using a form of high compression growl as he goes into this high note. And that kind of like, that performance, like really, wow, it, you know, because you have the other vocalist who is soft and who is very beautiful and has this rounded sound, and it is Alice Duport-Percier. And then in contrast, you have this other vocalist, the male vocalist, who is just like sounding so a little bit more aggressive and more, maybe a little bit more desperate, you know? And it's just, it's so incredible. It's taking two different textures and putting them in together. And, you know, in some cases it might not work as well, but here it just blends so perfectly. Oh my God, this is... And here, again, continuing with the lyrics, continuer à t'aimer, continuer de peindre, continuing to love, continuing to paint, tendre la main et t'implorer, extending the hand out to you and begging you, reviens, come back. Wow. Sorry, it is incredible to be able to experience such a song like this. Like, probably I am super biased because I am going through a very difficult heartbreak. So listening to this gives me a little bit some comfort, I guess, some acknowledgement regarding the pain that one person goes through when it comes down to heartbreak. And the fact is that I still haven't played the game, but I promise you guys I will play it. You know, I feel like if I listen to this song and then once I play it, it will make so much more sense. But I do believe that it will, oh gosh, it's going to put me into tears. If I'm crying right now, I'm going to be bawling my eyes out. So, wow. So it seems like the other vocalist is called, the male vocalist is Victor Borba. So I'm not sure if he's also French speaking, but it seems to be like a lot of French speakers. So let's keep on going with this track.
Chaque ombre son visage, dans chaque ligne son passage. Si nos pulsations jouent à contre-temps, mon amour veille attend. Chaque éclat, son doux rire, dans chaque couleur, son sourire. Si nos pulsations jouent à contre-temps, mon amour reste attend.
Okay, so let me just stop right there. Oh my gosh, what? I think my favorite part will always be the vocal performances and how how emotions are expressed through singing and lyrics, especially. My God, these lyrics are incredible. This song is so amazing. It is so emotional. When we picked up where we left off, right? It is, I believe it was a verse. It is that verse is so beautiful, okay? But the really interesting thing about that verse is that first part is sung by the female vocalist, Alice Duport-Percier. And I believe there's like a harmony that goes to it. And I believe it might be Alice's vocals as well. So she adds this kind of really beautiful harmony to it. So the lyrics are, dans chaque ombre, son visage, dans chaque ligne, son passage. So in every shadow, that person's face, in every line, the passing, it's really hard to tell because I feel like it's, it would make more sense in the game. But si nos pulsations jouent à contretemps, mon amour veille attend. If our pulse plays against the beat, my love watches and waits. I believe that's how it's interpreted. Like I said, it's hard to kind of like translate word for word from French to English and vice versa. But it's so profound. Right after that, you get the male vocalist. Dans chaque éclat, son doux rire. In every spark, that person's soft laughter. In every color, her smile. Dans chaque couleur, son sourire. Si nos pulsations jouent à contretemps, mon amour reste attend. If our pulse plays against the beat, my love stays and waits. And then the very interesting part comes afterwards. The lyrics predicted the playing against the beat part in the following part of the song because the beat feels more restricted and more restrained, almost kind of like, I think it's playing against the beat, but I'll have to double check to make sure. So that's why like the lyrics foreshadowed the next part of the song, and that is genius. I am wow. Oh my gosh. Peinture, rature, peinture au clair obscur. Rature means like you wanna strike that out basically. Peinture, brisure, peinture au clair obscur. Brisure in this case is like breaking something. So either striking something out or breaking something apart. So this is like, wow. And in the background, you've got like some orchestral instruments, but they are used very, very in very short bursts, basically. The struggle in this song is absolutely incredible. And the way it is portrayed in this song is mind-blowing. So let's keep on going, right? Oh yeah, and is this beautiful? Okay, let's stop right here. Okay, let's stop right here. What is going on? There's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't contain the happiness that I'm feeling. So many emotions going all over the place. Oh my God. Okay, so wow. First off, that violin, I think it's a violin, and that electric guitar, the way they oh my God, that is insane. That is so incredible. In that segment, when that solo just hits, it's not just the violin that just plays. It is the guitar that just comes in. And this is the truly fascinating part, okay? Usually when you have a solo going on, you call it a solo because it's like usually one instrument, right? But we're having an actual duo, if not like a battle off of instruments right here between the guitar and the violin. Wow, it's it really feels like we've come to a point in the song where everything feels like it's tearing itself apart. And that's why you have a violin, which tends to be like super emotional and like so melodic, melding with a guitar playing that is a way more aggressive and has these incredible this sort of like this words escape me because I'm so emotional right now. But man, this song is pulling me in all different places. It just feels like this song basically feels like when something is coming to an end and you have no choice but to end it. And it's an explosion of emotions, but told through instruments, vocal performances, and lyrics. With the added soundscapes and sound design in the background, holy What I also really love about that segment is the vocal performances there, especially the male vocalist who is doing this sort of screamo style performance, and in this song sounds like it's aggressive, but it's almost like this feeling of desperation, of not wanting to let go, almost like knowing that things are coming to an end, but you don't want to let it go. And it's just, this song is really not holding back. It is letting everything go, and it is going into areas where it feels like emotions tend to be untapped. Oh, it is dramatic. It is violent. It feels violent. And wow, it's just like, I am just floored by it. So let's dive right back in, and then we'll try to end it in this one segment.
Peindre l'amour, peindre la vie, pleurer en couleur. Sur la toile, notre vie s'écrit adieu. Adieu.
Wow. 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 I'm gonna need a second. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that my makeup is not running, but holy guys, this song clearly has an evolution throughout, and it keeps on going, and even up to the end, you know, even like the intensity is so strong throughout the song, right? Ugh, sorry, I'm crying all over the place. Ugh. So I need to collect my thoughts, because the way the song ends, it doesn't end with a bang, it almost ends with a whimper. And it's in that final segment that we just heard, there is a lot of screaming going on from the male vocalist. Arrête de m'aimer, je t'aimerai toujours, lâche ce pinceau, quitte cette toile, Renoir Aline. So that's like, stop loving me, I'll love you always. The back and forth, let go of the paintbrush and leave the canvas, like quit this canvas basically. What I find fascinating about the part where they sing like multiple vocals, Renoir and Aline, the vocals that are put more forward is the one from the female vocalist who sings Renoir. And then Aline, who is sung by other vocalists, are more in the background. So there's this emphasis of putting this one person more in front of the other. And it's beautifully well-crafted song. I need to dry them. They're all over the place. All right, so where were we? Vocal performances, again, are just like so insane, especially when you come towards the end. It's like they take the same chorus segment, I would say, but they add something new to it. They end with adieu, goodbye in French. And remember what I said, it doesn't end with a bang, it ends with a whimper. That's exactly what they did in this song. Peindre l'amour, peindre la vie, pleurer en couleur sur la toile, notre vie s'écrit adieu, adieu. Painting love, painting life, crying in colors. And on that canvas, our life is painted. Goodbye, goodbye. Incredible, intense buildup. And then like knowing when to kind of like allow the space to breathe a little bit by adding some calm segments to it, and then getting intense again, just throwing in those percussions, those strings. And I'm still blown away by the duo battle between the electric guitar and the violin. It's so fascinating to see how this song was built. And Lorient Testard, my God, you are an incredible composer. This is supposed to be your first game? The first game you've composed for? Like, what the hell, man? Like, how do you tear us all apart like that? Like, of course, I'm scolding you, but only because you are incredible with what you do. Holy shit. I really want to say this. This is like my post-analysis of this song. This song is basically an audio/musical depiction of Clair Obscur. And I'm not talking about the game, I'm talking about Clair Obscur, the term. So for those who don't know, Clair Obscur is actually a painting term used in Renaissance paintings. And the idea is that in those paintings, you would have stark contrasts between light and dark. harsh shadows and harsh lighting playing with each other to put this basically like put certain objects or people forward. I mean, there's some examples like in terms of paintings, but like also in filmography and photography, this is something that is very often used to express drama and intensity in certain like situations and emotions, especially in filmography. I personally do that a lot in my own music videos. I play around a lot with lighting and shadows. This is something I absolutely love. The stark contrasts between harsh lighting and dark shadows basically playing against each other. It's insane to me that this song managed to depict Clair Obscur through music and audio and performances. It is actually mind-blowing. And not only just that, also in the words, in the lyrics. In addition to that, it uses Clair Obscur, so the playing around with stark contrast between light and darkness. They're using that to also express what love is between a relationship and how sometimes this just comes to an end and there's nothing that can be done about that sometimes. And I also want to come back to the fact that in this song, when this violin was playing a solo, it had a moment of modulation where it changed basically like the pitch of the whole segment, you know, like, and it just kind of like, it lifted, it gave the sensation of like lifting you up basically. And I am blown away by this song. Blown away by the performances, vocal performances. But this Victor guy is incredible as a vocalist. This was quite the experience for me, as someone who has just gotten out of a relationship and someone who has experienced like a very strong heartbreak. A lot of things in this song resonated with me, you know, and I think. And it does make me wonder, like, how Lorient Testard managed to depict this form of heartbreak in a song like this. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, he's had a lot of inspiration from the Clair Obscur story, but I think I often wonder, like, how much time a composer has to dedicate to a track in order to really be able to bring out all the different emotions. I mean, this track is insane. It is insane because he managed to really portray this form of heartbreak in the instruments that were used and the vocals and the lyrics. This song is an explosion of emotions, and this was such a treat to listen to. It got me super emotional, as you could see, but I'm really glad that I got to listen to this. So thank you again to everybody who suggested this song. I'd be curious to know how many live musicians were used for this song. I definitely think probably the violin player and the cellist in the background and the guitar player. Guitar playing might be Lorient Testard. Okay, so this was Une vie à t'aimer by Lorient Testard featuring Alice Duport-Percier and Victor Borba. What did you guys think of it? Were you an emotional mess like me? I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys want me to react to. And thank you again for watching, guys. Thank you for sticking around. And I'll catch you in the next video. Mwah. Bye-bye, guys.